Hey guys, Kendra Sommer here. Some of you have been asking, how did I leave my 9-to-5 news reporter job and start my company without any money? It's a great question. So before I get started, let me just tell you about my company, CWK Media. We're a creative agency that specializes in the automotive aftermarket and high-performance marine. We do high-level video campaigns, social media, and influencer management. My business partner, he's a theatrical trailer editor who's won a couple Clio awards. But when I started this company, it was not like that at all. Very different. So how I quit my job and built a successful creative agency really starts with building your brand and knowing when to take the risk. Let's go back in the time machine a few years ago, and I'm working as a news reporter in the Midwest, and not just any kind of reporter. I am an MMJ, which is a multimedia journalist, and this means the station sends me out to shoot, produce, edit,
welcome to my edit bay,
and provide my face to all of my news assignments. This one-woman news team was frustrated with the mundane daily news coverage that just lacked creativity. Sometimes you had less than 30 minutes to whip up a spot and put it on air. And I felt like jumping from news market to news market was really lackluster. You know, Green Bay, Milwaukee, Chicago, New York, and only a handful land there. So the rest leave the industry, land in PR. And what really bothered me was $10 an hour in a mid-level market. I had been to other stations prior. I had even worked at a national outlet in Los Angeles. I should have negotiated better when my contract was presented, but I was really young and naive. And then you have these days where you feel like, what am I doing with my life? I have so much more potential. I have so much more that I could be doing. I felt that my potential wasn't being hit. So on my days off, I came up with my project called Cruisin with Kendra.
Hey cruisers, I'm Kendra Sommer and welcome to Cruisin with Kendra.
Cruisin with Kendra was where I would drive around the state of Wisconsin, film tourism locations with cars. The project turned into something real when I was asked to exhibit at the local car show in Green Bay.
And Sound Magazine and Tuner Battleground.
That's correct. This will be the first time Tuner Battleground's ever been in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Top tuner gets $500. And you also have a chance for a magazine feature in Performance Auto and Sound Magazine.
And just like that, I had a Cruisin with Kendra booth at the show. My parents sat with me at the booth. It was so cute. And I just wanted to say thank you, Rick, for helping me make the jump into the big leagues.
You know, Cruisin with Kendra is really neat. It's car culture meets pop culture.
At this show, tons of automotive companies were exhibiting, and one manufacturer rep spent a long time chatting with me and my mom. He mentioned a big automotive trade show in Vegas. I asked my news director for time off to go to the SEMA Show in Vegas. He said nope, because it was the same time as November sweeps. In news, sweeps is a period where the television stations produce larger stories in an effort to attract bigger audiences to then generate additional ratings. So I handed in my 2 weeks and started my creative agency, CWK Media, right then and there.
Hanging out here at the Truck Hero display at SEMA. Now we are having so much fun.
And I didn't spend first of all, I didn't have any money to spend, but I didn't spend anything on food that whole week in Vegas. I just made sure to pig out a little extra on the provided food at all the networking events. And I was lucky enough to have Joel, an industry veteran, showing me around the show. I made so many great connections at this event, and I thought for sure when I got home, the phone would be ringing off the hook. The first morning after coming back from my week in Las Vegas at the industry trade show, it was the hardest. Getting up and going down to my parents' basement office. Of course, I had no money, so I lived at home with my parents, and my office was in an unfurnished part of the basement that had a desk and a computer. And that was the first office for CWK Media. There's no handbook on how to run a business. It's all about trial and error. But I think the biggest takeaway from that is just knowing I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do it, stumble along the way. Being able to pick yourself back up is really important. Since we are a marketing company, I decided that landing on a niche was very important early on. We obviously picked automotive. And for those of you that have been following along on my journey, you also know I picked automotive because my dad and the International Scouts, and growing up with a gearhead father and the whole International Scout legacy with my grandfather working for International Harvester for 40 years. I just grew up around trucks, cars, classic cars, the whole shebang. I love automotive, so it all just made sense. And I'm gonna be honest, it took months of working in the basement to land my first client. But once we got that first client, it kind of snowballed. And it was during that time that I created my company's board of advisors. That's just people who are able to really help our company, and I can run different business ideas and different thoughts by them. These people have really good common sense. They have really good business sense. Anytime somebody says that they're starting a company, I always advise them to go and put together a group of some of the smartest people that you know. People that will really take this seriously and listen to what you have to say and then give their best advice. Lastly, I think being open and flexible to opportunities as they come up, it's really important to learn that. And a great example of this is early on in our company, we booked a job to go to the Global Auto Salon Riyadh, part of the Riyadh Car Show. This was the Crown Princess Car Show in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And our team was responsible for producing the deliverables at the event. So we would do daily turn videos capturing what was happening at the show. I grew up in a small town in Wisconsin, and traveling to the Middle East really scared me. But I decided to just buckle down and do it. And I have to tell you, this is one of the most incredible opportunities that I've had with this company. So I tell my staff all the time how I can't wait to go back to the Middle East for other jobs. We'd love to go check out Dubai, Riyadh, and just really embrace all the different travel opportunities that we have. And I mean, that goes for different jobs as well. I mean, sometimes you have to challenge yourself to do different roles and be able to grow. I think the minute you stop growing is the minute you stop learning. And when you're a business owner, you have to wear 10 different hats. And I know, from experience, I call myself the hat rack because I wear a lot of them. That's how I got my start in the industry. Please feel free to shoot me a message. I always try to help new business owners and give advice where I can. And, if you really set your mind to anything, you can do whatever you want to do. All right, guys, I'll see you soon.